Committee, and we just want to give some very clear messaging to people. Now, we've been briefed by the Bureau that we do expect this system to start moving south by tomorrow morning. So once again, it's unpredictable, but that's what we are hoping. Now, because there are going to be a lot of road closures, there's going to be a lot of water around, we are making the decision today to close a lot of schools in southeast Queensland. They will not be open tomorrow. And can I also encourage people to work from home tomorrow, because we do expect the levels around Brisbane to remain high. Around Ipswich, of course, this event's moving down to the southern ends of the Gold Coast, of course, Logan, the Scenic Rim, and of course we've got the peak happening as well in Maryborough. So we will put the full list of councils. I've just had a meeting with the mayors as well. We will update that through the media channels, but please, if you are living in those areas where there has been a lot of rain, I'm urging you that your children will be staying at home tomorrow, and we don't want people out on the roads. We need our emergency services to get out and about as quickly and safely as possible. Now, also, if you are living in an area where there are you're prone to river rises or creek rises, now is probably the time to start thinking about your safety plan. So what does that mean? We'll get the State Disaster Commissioner to go into a little bit more detail. But if you have friends or family elsewhere, you may have to think about moving to a safe place. We're opening up, the councils are opening up more evacuation centres. I think there are over 20 open at the moment. I know Brisbane City Council is looking at opening another couple. And as I said, we never expected this rain. This rain bomb is just, it's unrelenting. It's just coming down in buckets. It's not a waterfall. It's like waves of water just coming down, and everyone can see it. So we want people to be safe. Everyone can see what's happening around their local suburbs. Once again, parents, please do not let your children go into these floodwaters. I've seen images on the TV. Anything can happen. Please have your kids at home. Now's not the time. If you're a teenager, please don't go near it. And can I also stress to the media outlets, please don't film that, because it is unsafe. Please, I want everyone to be safe during this time. And the Commissioner will talk about that in a little bit more detail as well. Okay, so for the next 24 hours, we do expect the rain to be easing. But of course, that doesn't mean we're out of the woods, because we're going to see these high levels for the next 3 days, especially around Bremer, the Brisbane River, and also down to the Logan, the Albert, and there could be some flash flooding as well. So fingers crossed this weather system is going to pass, but it is incredibly important that we save people's lives and we keep people safe during this time. So if you are seeing, water coming up, now what happens here is the local councils are responsible for issuing the emergency alerts, and our people here are monitoring those councils and urging the councils to get the emergency alerts out, so then they can alert the suburbs of the families of where we think there are issues. So they do all that mapping, and we are stressing to them to please get that information out. And can I say they are cooperating very well, so thank you very much for that. Okay, I'm going to hand over to the Bureau, then the Commissioner, the State Disaster Coordinator, and then separately, after we finish, because I've got the Prime Minister coming here and I don't want to be late for him, you'll have a separate briefing on the water and the dams. But we are seeing, once again, incredible levels into our catchment system. It's now up to 169.4%. There's a lot more capacity there, and hopefully with the easing, those controlled water releases, you'll hear from the dam experts, and that's what's really important. I want Queenslanders, especially in Southeast, to understand how that's operating. They have given me a level of assurance, and I want them to give you that same level of assurance that I've been briefed on. And that's the way we operate in this state. We get the expert advice, we get them in, and we listen. Okay, the Bureau.
Before you go,
yes.
Take some questions.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, why were the rainfall forecasts that you warned about in Parliament not taken into account to allow for significant releases of water from the dam to allow for spare capacity? Why was that not done at all?
What do you mean? I mean, there has been a whole lot of modelling that has been happening.
No, forget the modelling. I'm talking about releases of water.
Yeah, and that has happened.
Well, there was a dribble of water on Friday, but it was too late. The rain was falling.
Sorry?
Are you aware that the new manual that your government commissioned, doesn't actually permit for releases of water based on forecast rainfall?
Well, what we have been doing is that we have been listening to the Bureau, and that's what we do.
You're aware that the manual
They've been going through all of the modelling.
releases of water?
They have been going through all of the modelling, and they have been following all of the recommendations from the Commission of Inquiry. Okay?
No, that's not true.
So yes, they have. Now, let me say this to Queenslanders. No one expected this rain bomb to be sitting over the southeast of our state for such a long period of time. Let me be very clear about this. This is like an unpredictable cyclone, and it is the levels that we have never expected or could never have been forecast. Now everybody is doing a whole lot of extra planning on top of what has already been planned.
Extreme rainfall was forecast because you warned about it yourself last Wednesday.
Yes, but we didn't expect it to stay this long.
Yeah, but the dam wasn't given
I don't control
capacity.
the weather with all due respect.
No, you do control the dam.
I do not control the weather.
The dam is controllable, and you had the opportunity to achieve a buffer.
And we have a lot of capacity left in the
capacity?
dam. Up to 200%, and it can even go higher.
No, in terms of megalitres, how much is left in the flood compartment?
Okay, look, I'm sorry. I have experts here that will talk to you about that. Okay? So let's go to the Bureau. Thank you.